Good evening, good evening. I am Coach T, and I wanted to come on here this evening to just have a few words with you regarding stress management and this month's theme of that. Um, I have an acronym for you that I think will be really, really helpful in helping you to just really grasp exactly how this thing goes, okay? And so the acronym here is E, the first letter. Now, this is what I want to say. When it comes to the focus of stress management, okay, everything that um, I do in these three letters that I'm going to share, okay? And so it works. The first letter is E, and that is eliminate, okay? So for me, I want to make sure you know exactly what that means. So when I'm thinking eliminate, I am saying, what did I say yes to that I need to say no to? What can I take off my plate, right? I want to make sure that I am being mindful of what I've said, but also very honest with myself. Okay. Um, Another thing is some people don't think you can eliminate things by combining them. That's another good, really, really good way to eliminate and make sure that things get done, but you don't need as much time. Just looking at your list, looking at the things that could stress you or cause you stress, and say, what can I combine, okay, to either eliminate more, give myself more time or more energy or whatever the more is in order to eliminate the stress. Okay. Um, Another one I think of is what are you doing, right? What are you doing that is not, how do I want to say this? What are you doing right now that you can eliminate out of and lessen the stress in your life that is not even your business, right? It's not even your business, but you're in that business. You're in that person's business, right? It could be a child, it could be a spouse, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be anyone, right? It may be time to let them grow, or it may be time to allow them to have someone else's help. Because you may have to start to make decisions that's more for you so that you can get this thing going. You feel me? Okay, so that's the first one. It's the E, eliminate, okay? Eliminate. What can you eliminate? The second one is M. M, what can you mitigate? Okay, what can you mitigate? If you're always late, and that is causing you stress because your brand is being questioned and things like that, right? Then maybe you need to add more buffer time between your before and after wherever you've got to go. So if you're giving yourself 30 minutes to get there, maybe you give yourself an hour. If that hour goes into something else that you're doing, right, then you're going to have to mitigate that, right? And so you're going to have to say, okay, so that extra 30 minutes I'm giving, usually I am putting the baby on a bus or I'm doing X, right? So now I need to make some provisions for that so that I can handle this. And on the back end too, so that you can give yourself the space to be less stressed when you're running in the house for whatever you got to be there for. Prepare maybe the family, hey, get that food out the fridge, or order something, or I'm going to be late, start it without me, or whatever it is, so that you can properly get there and not be stressed. That's what we're looking to do. What can I mitigate, right? What can I do myself to just eliminate some of the stress? Sometimes we don't even think about it because we're so used to doing stuff. We're so used to doing it all. It makes so much more sense and it's so much quicker. That's what we think, at least anyway, to just do it ourselves. But it's not when you're considering the energy that it takes and the energy for you to recorrect and get back to whatever you were focusing on. By the time you do that, girl, it's over for you. It's done. The day is done. And so it's important that you do these things so that you can eliminate, excuse me, and mitigate the stresses. Okay. Another one is um, let me see. No time for your business, right? A lot of my clients say, it's really stressing me out that I don't have enough time for my business. And that's stressing you. Okay. One of the things that I like to suggest, and most of the time that when they're saying that, is because they've got a family, they've got kids that are in events and things like that after schools that they are a part of in some kind of way, whether it's transport or support or some kind of part of that, right? And sometimes they have multiple kids. And so for that, I always say, what's the possibility to rotate these responsibilities? You've met a lot of awesome people on these fields. You scream with them every day going week when little babe is, doing what they do. What's the possibility here of partnering with some people intentionally and seeing if you can get at least one night a week where someone else is doing it, if not two? What? And using that, replanning that, reusing that for time for your business, right? And so that whole 4 or 5 hours that you would have usually been getting the kids together and stuff, man, now you can just come home from work and the kids get picked up and they're gone. And guess what there is in the house? Silence. What? There is a God, right? So think like that. What can you mitigate, right? So that you can allow more time. And that's just an example, but I want you thinking like that because you are the CEO of you. And so the way that you manage your stress is to really think ahead of time into what you can do to actually manage that stress. Okay. All right. So the last one is D, delegate. What can you delegate? Now, this is literally one of my favorite ones because I feel like it's the easiest one, yet it's the one that we use the least on this list. That's not why it's last. It's last just because, the group E.M.D, it went together better, things like that. But I digress. D is delegate. You want to make sure that you are looking for opportunities to share, okay? Give other people opportunities to share in their gifts and to grow in their gifts, okay? You want to see if you are able to, if you have a business and you're able to, hire, right? Hire someone, hire a contractor, contract someone out, trade skills, whatever you need to do in order to delegate a task that is not in your just space anyway, right? It is not in your zone of genius and you're doing it because you feel like you have to because you don't feel like there's anyone else to do it. And I'm here saying, baby, no, you can figure it out. You can think beyond money if that's your issue or time if that's your issue. You can delegate these things out. You can share responsibilities even if it has always been your responsibility. The best part about right now is it's completely different than a minute ago, and you get to change your daggone mind. Okay, you get to change your mind. Okay, and so the thing I think of when it comes to delegating all the time is who can I ask? And that's another thing that us superwomen we have challenges with. Who can I ask? What? Ask who? What? Nah, I got it. I got this. Not asking nobody nothing. And so now for me to say, who can I ask? T, you asking me to just kind of tap into the fabric of who I am. I don't even know when I can just get it done quicker, when I can just do it myself. It's causing you stress because you're doing too damn much. That's why, period, right? You don't have time for this. You don't have time for the things that will pour into you because of all of the things that is being taken away from you. And we've got to start to eliminate that so that you can be the best version of yourself. Okay. Listen, leaders delegate tasks, period. Okay. Leaders delegate tasks, as many of them as they can for whatever deal they got to. Why? Because they realize they don't have 18 arms, but they got a mouth, then they got fingers to make phone calls and or type, right? And they can ask for what they need. And they're not afraid to do it. And they understand in the power of a circle and the power of a tribe. Okay. Leaders delegate tasks, period. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that you got something from this. E.M.D. Eliminate, mitigate, or delegate the things that cause you stress. Okay, you can do all three. As you start to do more and more of this in your life, then guess what will happen? You will get more and more benefit. You will have less and less stress in your life. You will be able to go out and move in the way that you need to in order to forward you. Okay. And that's what this thing is all about, forwarding you, making you go forward in a way that moves your business forward, your mindset forward, your life forward. All right. I hope that y'all got something from this. If you did, let your girl know. E.M.D. All right. Peace. I said peace, damn it.